Northern Development's Competitiveness Consulting Rebate program provides a rebate of up to 50% to a yearly maximum of $30,000 to help businesses recover the cost of external consulting services. The program was set up to level the playing field so that businesses based in central and northern BC could access first-rate consulting services without bearing the prohibitive costs associated with bringing the consultants to the region. Lithium One Imports received an $11,000 consulting rebate from the Trust in 2013 for operational training support for new granite fabrication equipment at its shop in Prince George.
The Lithium One specializes in fabrication of natural stones, mostly marble, granite, and quartz. Initially we started out, we do import some stone ourselves in bulk by container from India, and then therefore comes in a full slab, 5 feet by 10 feet, and then it's cut down into any custom size you want. General uses, residential, countertops, we do some wall cladding with it, and some commercial uses, we've done some restaurants and things like that. The rebate that we got helped us tremendously. What it did was we were able to purchase specialized equipment, so we went from hand producing everything to fully automating the process. The hardest part about automating the process was then finding the technicians to bring in to train our staff how to use that equipment, as it's not something we were able to locally do. We purchased equipment from overseas, so therefore there was nobody kind of to bridge the gap and train our guys on how to automate the process and increase the quality, the productivity, as well as knowing how to operate that equipment. So we were able to use the rebate for consulting fees and services, and we were able to bring in an expert who kind of stayed with us for months and got our guys trained, and eventually they were able to become experts at the equipment they were using it safely and properly at the same time. Our output went from producing, say, in kitchens we were doing about 1 a week to now we can put out about 8 kitchens a week. So our revenue went up 5 times, I would say, from the first year to what we're now in the 3rd fiscal year. Yeah, it's gone up massively, and it's continuing to grow.
The Sims Group is a multi-divisional heavy construction company that works in the mining industry, road building and construction, pipelines, transmission lines, land clearing. We manufactured a specialized piece of equipment, a long-hole drill, for our BAT division in Kamloops, and it took 2 years to build it, and there was a lot of development work involved. And so we decided we should try and apply for a scientific research and development credit. And since we don't apply for those things on a regular basis, we approached Northern Development Initiative Trust and asked if they could help us with that. And we used a consultant from NDIT, and were successful in applying for and obtaining a tax credit. The long hole drill that we built for our Kamloops division works in Highland Valley copper, and it's a horizontal drill. It will drill up to 1,000 feet into the sidewall of the pit at Highland Valley copper and relieve water pressure from inside those walls, so that it reduces the amount of maintenance that Highland Valley has to do on its drilling operation there. Open pit mines operate around the world, and they all have the same type of problem. So as we develop and perfect these types of drills, then miners move around the globe and look at what different operations are doing, and they'll see what kind of equipment that's used at Highland Valley Copper, which is one of the biggest copper mines in North America. And they may approach us and say, oh, we would like one of those drills as well. So we may get into the business of manufacturing them. There's a lot of things that you do in business that aren't directly in your line of business, and it takes a lot of time and research to be able to figure out how to make these things work. So if you can hire a consultant and have a portion of that consulting fee covered by NDIT, then you're miles ahead when it makes the application. And we can do what our core business is, which is working in the mining and construction industry instead of trying to figure out how to make applications to get tax credits.
In 2013, Northern Development provided a $28,000 competitiveness consulting rebate to Whitten Homes in Prince George to support a new marketing strategy that has helped that company increase brand awareness and attract new customers.
Whitten Homes is a manufacturer of custom homes and structural building components for the construction industry here in the north of BC. Well, that funding was integral to helping Whitten Homes to do some market research that was at a very high level, and we rebranded our product with our new logos and color schemes. And we also developed a new website that is leading edge, and it's actually generating significant traffic now. This year we actually brought in workers 1 month early to start building, and so that increase is certainly paying off. We're going to have an earlier start to the season, and it'll probably end later in the winter. It is a result of that marketing and getting our name out there more broadly.
Program funding is available to small and medium-sized companies engaged in manufacturing, innovative technologies, resource processing, transportation and distribution, for outsourced consulting services. The consulting projects that are eligible for funding under the program must focus on increased productivity, new or incremental revenues, profitability, and/or job creation. Eligible companies must be privately owned and have headquarters within the Northern Development region. Northern Development has provided $1.8 million in rebates to 145 businesses throughout the region since the Competitiveness Consulting Rebate program was launched.